You got I've got a medium size butternut squash here. What I would find, whatever suits you, how many people you're serving. The bigger the squash, I would go from, I would increase your spices a little bit. I've got 1 teaspoon. And this is this great spice blend from the Middle East. It's got all kinds of different spices in it. Makes wonderful, works well with sweet potatoes as well. I got 1 tablespoon of butter, and that's been softened to room temperature. I've got my heavy duty wooden spoon to mix this with. I've got a scooper because we're going to have some seeds in just a minute. Got my knife to cut this and to make the chunks with. And my peel to do here is kind of peeled away. And surprisingly, it peels rather easily. If you've not already done so, invest in a really good peeler. Now, that's not the easiest thing to do. Peel. Now, the peelings, I just have the container to put them in. We're going to throw those away. Okay? Now that we've got it peeled, and it's not the easiest thing to do, you're going to cut it. Just take off the stem part, is what I do. Just where it's real hard to peel. Good kitchen knife, but does that pretty easily. Now I hold it, that also makes it a little safer to make this cut. Nice. Just kind of work your knife down through the middle. And there you go. In here, what do we do before garbage disposal? Now you just cut it into cubes. You're going to be placing it right in the mixing bowl. While you're cutting in cubes, I just take this over here to the microwave, zap it for about 15 seconds, get it liquefied so we can add it to there along with the ras hanout. You may remember beforehand, it didn't look like much, right? Butternut squash is one of those things, you get a whole lot out of it. So by the time you cut it off, it's a lot more than you thought it was going to be. So keep that in mind when buying one. If you're feeding 2 or 3 people, you don't need the biggest one on the lot. You see, that made quite a lot. Some spray off. This is a good time to go ahead and spray your pan down. Okay guys, we've got the butter completely melted. That took a little longer than I thought it was going to in my microwave, but that's okay. You got it right here? Right. You've got this cube. You got any pieces that seem like a little big like that one? Just cut them in half. You're really looking for tiny bite-sized pieces. So it's always good right now to go back through if you got some that just aren't too big. That are too big. Cut them in half. That'll help with the roasting process as well. Now you got all the 2 large ones done. Take this right here. There has a good view of it. Add the butter slowly around. Add the ras hanout. Just tap it in. I tap about half of it in. And if I got to mention this, you're going to need a pinch of salt here. I'll make sure I add that into the recipe when we do it, but a pinch of salt. And we're going to take our big wooden spoon, you notice put all the butter about half of the spice. Turn it around. Add the rest of the ras hanout. Sprinkle it down. I love my new Pampered Chef spoon. Right there. Another small pinch of salt. Not even a full pinch. Mix that up some more. Now, bring over your cooking pan. Hopefully a little more smoother than I just did that. Bring over your cooking pan. Spread it out. Now remember, you've already greased this. Alright. Sort of looks like frozen potatoes. Cook them in the oven. Like that. Now what I like to do is add a little light coat just to the top. And we're going to stick these in the oven and we're going to cook them for about 20 to 25 minutes. I lean more to the 25 minute side at 400 degrees. I like to get them nice and done. We start checking at 25. Okay, everybody. Got me butternut squash roasted. A couple of tools I forgot to mention. You're going to want a spatula here. See how golden those are. Before we finish and turn off the oven, we'll make sure they're fork tender. So take one. Oh yeah, fork goes right in. That's what you're looking for. Nice and fork tender. There you go, everybody. Roasted butternut squash with raza hanout. Delicious. A little bit of salt added to it. You can use this as a dish that you may cook, may make on a weekend, on a weekday. It doesn't take long once you get that squash peeled, that butternut squash. Perfect for the holidays. Everyone have a wonderful day.